I understand, but you don't understand it's a bit of a scam because you just heard one word. You just heard one word. You don't even know.
Daniel, you think they live in the Virgin Islands? Can people just like take a breath? Because like I do want to hear people, but like y'all are fucking talking over like fucking imbeciles. So if you can take a breath, take a fucking
argument. They live in the Virgin Islands. And then you're like, yes, the U.S. Virgin Islands.
I just said one word, which was his name. I just said it's a scam. I just said it's not a scam.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just got 2,000. And refugees here, 2.3 million. The Palestinian refugee problem, unlike any other refugee crisis in the world, instead of reducing, is multiplying over the years. Because no one is solving it, it becomes a political tool. From 300,000 to 2.3, we do understand that this is a problem. It doesn't indicate anything good about anyone, not even not about the United States that is creating this. We need to settle those people like any other refugee around the world, keeping them and multiplying them, keeping them stateless. I don't think it should be.
Well, I mean, they can't really let them into Jordan proper because, like, they can't let them roam everywhere because then they'll just try to kill a king and overthrow the government, kill everybody.
They already said
They're murderers, ravenous dogs.
2.3 million of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can give them a second class in the sense of I don't think
we should gas them and put them in ovens.
Hello. I want people to listen to know the context of the conversation they're hearing of a horrible person named Rich.
Oh, sorry.
Terrible person.
He just did the wrong thing.
I mean, obviously you're still here, so we can all
Yeah, I mean, he didn't get me. We came over here in the 1860s.
nobody cares.
Yeah, we were there. They were like, so sorry about what happened to your people. I was like, nah, it wasn't us. We were over here.
I'm working on some things so I can have background noise, which is really what it is to me.
Can you send me an address to where to send to a PO box or something? I'll drop it off and I'll send it to you, man. I'll send you one. Maybe I'll print one out. It takes like 4 hours a day to print one. It'll keep me practice. I have a 3D printer that somebody gave me about 2 years ago, and I think I've used it like 3 times since.
That's about the takes time on it. If you want the paper that they put out on the
No. What's that about? What is it about? What's the biggest deal? Okay. I probably won't understand it, so I just send it to my L11. It'll teach it to me like I'm 10. That's how I usually learn my shit. Because if not, I'll spend half the night looking at the dictionaries trying to figure out what I'm trying to do.
I don't think they'll have problems.
See you.
Components stored on a lot of computers are stored password or something. Possible, you know.
Back in January or December, you could buy like last summer. Yeah, last summer you could buy last summer, let's say fall. You could buy 4 terabyte NVMe drive for like $300. Now they're like $1,000 over $1,000. It's freaking insane.
Great. You know, I think the prices that I think it's like around the holidays, like probably around when they start Black Friday, that month before Black Friday, that's a lot of creep up on all products.
Yeah. They already went up. Like, I think it's like 15%, 20% price. Because I know I bought an iPhone 17 like a couple of weeks ago, and like 2 days later they announced the prices. I looked at the internet, and it was a couple, well, that's $100, $200 more for the same phone.
Like,
Always right another one after it, unless there isn't.
I
You're in the avatar state. You're channeling the power of all the previous avatars. If you die in that state, the cycle will cease. No.
But somebody else is gonna have to figure out what this is doing.
The avatar forever.
It'll probably be China. You know, they'll come up with a way to do this shit. It's cheap. They don't flood the fucking chips and chip prices will crash.
Control it anyway, so I don't use it.
So usually happens in China gets cut out of shit. If you're a small engineer, choose this out.
maybe, but I think I don't know for sure about that. Because I mean, a lot of people do stuff that a lot of not sure if it's gonna avoid the same way.
No, actually, with TSMC, it's actually they can't produce enough chips. They don't have there's only a limited number of those ASML machines that they had to make them. So, but China's coming out with a new way of stacking chips on top of each other to basically make them.
Yeah.
Basically worth like a 5 nanometer or 3 nanometer. So they might come out with something pretty soon, and like you'll see companies like, you know, a lot of people buy them, and it'll drop the demand for the TSMC chips and maybe drop the prices. I'm hopeful at least.
Well, we have that more in cars and stuff like that. It's whatever they want to call it. That they have to go in cars. You know what I'm talking about?
More chips, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, there's already like 150 in chipsets on the newest modern cars. Most of them are ASIC chips. It's a different type of chip.
Yeah.
Still, nonetheless, it's still, you know, silicone hardware. So,
You're one of those calling us, you need a better place and come work the mom.
Wow, that's kind of weird, dude, that you want to, like, fucking go after children.
Why you make you go to suck your dick?
Yeah, you just kind of like,
Why you make you go to suck
dying
your
to
dick?
go for kids. I mean, you should have.
That's what white people do. It's a white crime.
This is why white people always get a bad rep in America.
The Catholics do
This is why you get beat.
That's why all the priests and Catholics got caught on the rape. That's why the Jews get caught for the rape. White crime. White crime. Every woman
this is fucking black women, man. I feel sorry you get resent. You to die. I mean, shit. You feel about that. This guy's gonna scream about white people, but he can't do that. Highest divorce rates, black women. Highest single motherhood, black women. Highest need for, what was it? Water systems to get support. Black women. So bad. Black men like you. All the white women that can't anything. Oh, that's what I see the little it's 75% of black women will experience some sort of black man in their life. That's crazy. 5% of black people boys that shit. Visit the United States and Israel wannabe. Fucking colonized Americans that's like half big, and they don't want to take these guys outside of the talk about that is the white man's the white man want to talk about little kids, little girls, have your room to rape kids, white man, who want to do all of that stuff. White man wants to do that shit. I mean, come on. Oh my God, we're going to talk about Bible. We're going to talk about the fucking this or that. These guys always want to talk about raping kids. I mean, shit, they always want to go with kids. These guys just literally like to beat women, all that shit, and then they cry that there's a question. Then they ask for reparations. I think they owe. Did the white man tell you in the Bible to take the little ones for yourself? Is that why you did it? You took a literal, like you started raping the little boys and girls. No one told you to say it. You follow Marshall, you follow the fucking pedophile God. It takes the little ones for yourself. Marshall, you're white. We know you're fucking old. You know what? I don't want to bring these like this. I don't want to operate back in the field. I think they should go back to picking cotton. I think that, we should just basically sell them at auction blocks at this point. I mean, guys like this. This guy really likes to talk about kids. I mean, shit. I thought Pepe and Daniel and Rafa had control of this. And this guy, I mean, fuck. Daniel blocked Tori out of the room for Robbie. Robbie blocked Tori out of the scam artist. Why? Because they're fucking doing the, I'll give you $30,000. Hit me up in the fucking DMs, blah, blah. I'm just still confused. Why do you guys bring these people up there? Like, these guys who come up there have nothing prominent effects. Well, why do you listen to Rich then? Oh, because I was calling him a fucking Tomo. It's illegal where he belongs. Now, like, literally, he could answer why his God says that we're babies still. That was it. And as far as Republicans fix in America, I would say yes. The answer is that is very simply. We're controlling immigration. We're following through the former deporter-in-chief, which was Obama, which apparently in the prior room, they couldn't figure that one out, who like massively utilized ICE, had more IRS than Trump could ever do in his first term. Like, Trump's not even capable of reaching his numbers right now. Like, it's just fucking mathematically impossible. Secondly, I think the addressing of the fact that every time someone gets in their feelings about something they don't like or gets squishy, that it doesn't lead to facts and that you actually have to acknowledge simple things. But, I mean, shit, what the hell do I know? I mean, we just got too many people who worry about their feelings, and then you allow too many of these, like, quote, Hebrew Israelite wannabes come on stages. These are ratchet tanks, these North American names, come up there and say, fucking, I want to suck little girls off. I think a 9-year-old should be allowed to do wifely duties as long as she's got her period at fucking 9. Like, I mean, it's not like this guy doesn't say that shit in every room he goes into. It's not like we're not talking about the same fucking guy who goes out here resistance, who literally calls for a genocide of whole people based on the fact that they may be connected to Israel, and then somehow believes he's the correct Jew, but somehow wants to replace shit. He's not even Muslim. He doesn't exist. He's just some guy who got out of prison who was butt broken in showers.
Not Muslim. It's one of them. That's the funny part.
And this guy wouldn't even stand a chance. He's never stood for anything. He's not the community.
It's lost they did. No, he's happy. It's lost they did. He doesn't know what they're attacks against. He is confused.
And I mean, and then here's my father, because when he goes, don't bring him up. Because all I think, no, like he doesn't deserve a voice.
He deserves to speak his piece.
He can vote on yours.
I didn't get yours when you came on him. They hate him.
He can make his own room and see if he gets people to go into it. Like I hate these guys that come up on here. It's somebody like similar to like a chillism room. Like they're gonna be this informative guy and then they're gonna live there. But this is the same guy that's like, you know what, you're a faggot and all this stuff, and then want to kill gay people for being gay. But yeah, he's gonna be applauded by the quote Democratic black community for this. Like that's just a whole bunch of like hypocrisy on. Just because of his skin color, he thinks he gets a pass to be able to do that, when in reality, he would be shot and buried into the ground. Like, I'm okay with it. Like, I wouldn't mind if I saw Resistance getting Daniel Penny. Like, I'm gonna go, yeah, I'm not guilty. I wouldn't even watch the fucking video. I'd just be like, not guilty. You don't even need a court. I'd be okay with it. I'm not. There's certain pieces of shit in this world that, regardless of skin color, they're just pieces of shit. No, I wouldn't say that. I just say there's pieces of shit.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I wouldn't think it either. I just think pieces of shit need to go. I mean, fuck, I went toe-to-toe with conservative atheists. His type would have been fucking in there cheering that fucker on while they were screaming about how 14-year-olds are okay to consent.
Rafi's best friend was here yesterday at JB and we had a crash out.
I'll give you my stance on JB. He finished his time. He finished his crime.
You're doing the same thing?
No, it's not that. I just hold the justice system. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. And as long as he's not breaking any laws now, I can't hold him.
What if he raped your daughters?
Okay, why are you introducing things that aren't dead? Why are you introducing things that aren't dead?
Allowing it. You're allowing it. You can say the same thing to me. You can be like, hey, what if he did it to your daughter? I would say that he needs to be taken out back and fucking shot. And you would agree. You would agree if he did it to your daughter. But because of somebody else's daughter, you're like, well, he served his time.
No, it's not because of that. Because you're not listening to me. No, you're trying to overtalk and introduce a scenario that's not actually accurate. What I would do is if it was my daughter, I'd kill him.
Yeah.
I'd flat out kill him.
Okay.
There wouldn't be anything. I'd go to prison.
Yeah.
Okay. So that ends that argument there.
Yeah, I know.
What I would say is that there is a law. He served his time, and he did it. Not every man is like me. I doubt you would do it. I doubt many men.
I put a bullet in the back of his fucking head, and then I chopped him into 1,000 pieces.
Yeah, I would just do the bullets. But at the end of the day, there's what each person has to do on their own accord. It has to be what I would do personally. It's different from, hey, this man has been convicted, he served his time, and he's done.
I promise I'll leave this alone after this. But if the person has owned 4 or 5 modeling agencies, has always been his MO, his cover, for doing illegal sex trafficking, prostituting, and then the person gets out of prison and starts a new modeling agency in Florida a year and a half ago, do you think the person is still up for the same fuckery or not?
Have you proven that he's done the same crime?
He's been arrested like 5 times, convicted once for it. He ended up taking a plea deal with the charge. And then now he gets out of prison and he starts up a fucking modeling agency in Florida.
Okay.
And he's on like 5 of them, and all 5 of them have been sex trafficking in the past, but they didn't have enough to convict them on each one until they got to the last one where they gave us money.
Excuse me, but I thought this country was
brutally raped 2 girls against their will in a hotel room, and then kept them there as captives and forced them to perform sex with up to 16 men.
I got it. So why don't you have this discussion in a room? Why don't you open a room and have that? Because I don't really want to get into this, but you wanted to bring this this on. So I will say this.
What do you think?
No, I'm not going to answer your fucking question. So all I'm going to say is, it's the same way I feel about people who fucking take off and fucking go Richard. How do you feel about guys that scam fucking unemployment all the time? How do you feel about guys that fucking scam out and take money and then don't go get a job and try to live on that? So, I mean, again, how do you do that? How do you get fired from a job and then cry about the systemic oppression and then collect unemployment? How do you feel about that? I mean,
coyotes coming
so I can kind of say that there's a lot of what you're doing too. Why should we do that? Why should we handle that? Wait, why aren't you answering that? What do you think about people who exploit, particularly white people who exploit social safety? He's like, oh, not my best friend. But what I am saying,
JB's dick down back of my
oh, no, I think you want to swallow JB's dick.
good thing to give this
No, you want to go through it. You want to remove the fact of
that he wouldn't say.
So can we just move him down? Because I put him down there with Rich.
Yeah, what if pedophiles get
So, okay, we're done, guys. Shut the fuck up. Seriously, why do you start shit with them? So, I'm going to say this to the people in the back here so they understand. If a man has served his time, can you move him down, man? You're good, because we go.
okay, I was just trying to add some clarification.
I don't give a fuck. So, okay, good. So just, like, again, this is what Richard, so, again, when we look at this and a man's convicted for crimes and he serves his time and he does the prison sentence and he fills the probation and he's cleared and he gets a free slate, I actually believe in that. But I thought we as conservatives believed in a system of justice. We believed in an action that took place that says, hey, we want to make sure that people have a chance to re-enter society from crimes. Now, I don't have to like his crime. I don't have to say I don't welcome him near my children. But I can say that the man has made his debt to society deemed by the very people that were sent to judge him. Whether he took a plea deal or not, those people were either elected in office or appointed by those that were elected, and he has fulfilled his obligation. Who am I in any aspect of the world to sit there and say, hey, set aside your principles and go ahead and just continue to prosecute somebody?
I know, but everybody except for sex offenders, rapists, child molesters.
So I don't think, you know what? I think you can.
And I would also do the same thing for murders. Murders and rapists and child molesters should all be fucking shot. They should never be fucking forgiven.
You guys go to dinner, so you guys have fun with Rich. And clearly, every time you bring up, this is the fight.
If he did it to one of your female family members, you'd kill him, but you're okay with letting it go.
That's not using the law.
Yeah.
I would also go.
Yeah, but if he does it to Rafi's kid or fucking Daniel's kid, you're like, well, he served his time.
I would go to prison. I would accept my fate, but that's the difference between you and me. But I'm gonna go eat Rafi. You have a great one. You are right. Be safe.
Say you're such fucking hypocrites.
This should probably to see from shutting it up.
Don't go to sleep. Let Daniel run around. Daniel's here.
Daniel's right here too.
Yeah, he is. Daniel's right here.
No. Daniel's
Yeah, he is. That's right here.
Yeah,
Sit, brother.
Daniel's here?
Yeah, I was just saying this. Yeah, he said he's fine to ride.
Okay, well, just if you got the fight.
Fuck heat resistance.
Yeah, the guys have been opening up the short.
No, you're not. You're going to sleep, you lying bitch.
I'll open up the room.
No, you're not.
2 hours.
Shut up. The ordinance here, resistance here. You let them crash out. And I got resistance.
Azra.
Know how the time flies on me. Yesterday was the time of our lives. We were born and raised in a summer haze.
You're right, like your son's arms, Dad. Yeah.
Action is where it's at. Don't worry about it. Just do your thing.
Yeah, some things can seem to be very wrong to do, but they actually are the right thing to do. It's a very good lesson.
I love that part where Rich explains to him that action evaporates fear, and freezing increases the fear. And he's like, look, just give me complete control over these 5 forces, your 5 senses, and dwell only on me, and let me worry about it. It's a great story.
Yeah, it really is.
So Brahman is an abstract, eternal, and all-encompassing reality, not a personal God.
Yes, Brahman is existence itself.
So it's not really a God then, it's just kind of like, is that guy that was in your GC? It's all about being, man. It's all about, did you catch what he said? As is above, as is below. Where'd you get that from? That's what, sorry, go ahead, honey, Mother, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Oh, that was it? I was just finding out what her God was, but you don't really, it's not really a God then, right? It's just all these things around us.
Yeah, it's not a classical, not the God of classical theism, no.
Yeah. So what is a God? How do you define what is a God? Is it just how it's defined by this classification structure? Is that what God is?
Well, I mean, in what I practice, Brahman is just definitionally existence itself. Also consciousness, or I would say awareness is a better description, and also in my practice, the source of a completeness.
It says Brahman is a genderless, infinite, and formless concept representing the ultimate reality. It is the source, sustainer, and essence of everything in the universe, transcending time, space, and human comprehension. So, yeah,
Wow.
it seems like,
Dude.
I agree. It seems good to me.
It's literally a reification of everything that humans on here. Right?
What up, Steve-O?
Hey everybody, happy hump day.
Hump day?
So, Steve, did you, figure out, why fourth rows, keep saying, every time?
Right?
Yes. Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying right.
Yes, it's because it's a space filler.
What do you mean, bro?
Their head filler. Well, I mean, not just Phil Bros use that. A lot of people, when they're thinking about what word they want to say next, they may underwrite or like or
Yes, I had to spend a lot of time, literally hours, getting rid of my ums. I had a huge problem 4 years ago. Took a lot of practice for me to get rid of.
Did you attend Toastmasters?
No, I didn't. And in fact, I still have a little bit of the ums left in me, but I'm considerably better than I was 5 years ago, believe me.
without what is yup?
Yeah, Toastmasters changed how I speak entirely. It was a great experience. Because I was in the same category and raised it, right at night because I grew up in California.
Yeah, I did because of growing up in the 80s. It's Valley Girl thing.
Exactly, yeah.
I also had a problem popping my peas, and I had to spend hours working on my pea.
Are your peas pimples? Is that what you're talking about?
I gotta say, you don't fuck from anymore.
And I figured since my last name is pronounced Appel, I'd better learn how to not pop my pea.
I know that one too. And pop that E in my better.
Yeah, we still do when you pop your PE, you get scars. You gotta be careful of that.
Steve, have you heard any people describe like a good reason to be a deist?
Absolutely. John Malincrot has claimed to be a deist for years.
No. He's saying he's accepting that as a God that could exist, but just is not intervening. He's not calling himself a deist.
I stand corrected, yes. John Malincrot does not think it's unreasonable to be a deist in that God, or however you define God, created the universe way back then, but then does not intervene after that time, especially now. Yeah, he does not find that unreasonable, but he does not consider himself a deist.
Yeah, I was just thinking, you could say that, but I don't see how you would distinguish it from nothing at all or anything else. Because, even hearing people's definitions for it and stuff, I'm just I don't even get why it's even what are you actually talking about?
It's called books,
That's
dumbass.
my opinion.
It's called a fucking book, you fucking idiot.
Same way about being
Oh yeah, when people are talking about philosophy and God and technical shit, they're talking about books that they read, you fucking rat bastard. Another good one, honey.
I mean,
Great question for the sake of having the conversation.
With philosophy broism, right? It's something that you would use within a philosophical structure that doesn't really pertain to reality.
Oh.
If you're talking about science is shut up and calculate, right? And things are revealed by process of elimination or experimentation. But in philosophy, right, you could have Platonic numbers that exist in some sort of meta realm that is actually real. And to me, that's all just sort of masturbation.
I don't understand how any philosopher can be an atheist. I would think by definition all philosophers have to be agnostic because there's always a possibility that God does exist. I don't understand how any philosopher could eliminate the possibility that God exists. That makes no sense.
That's not what atheists do, Steve. They don't believe in a God.
If they ignore science, then yeah, philosophers can believe that there's a teapot, in orbit of Jupiter.
Why do you have to ignore science? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Because if you go by what's evident, like what the evidence shows, it highly leans towards there is no supernatural realm, there are no deities.
Really? Can you give me one example?
Evolution. Right? Evolution is very much counter to the beliefs of most, if not all, religions.
But we're not talking about religion. We're talking about the existence of God. And if I could finish very quickly, I will be short. Evolution says nothing whatsoever about God.
you're right that it says nothing about God because God doesn't even come into the picture with evolution. It's a natural processes that happens over big time.
So why would you use evolution as your first example?
Hey, if you're going to start interrupting me, I'm going to start interrupting you. And then we're going to get into that classic game of who can interrupt who more. Is that what you want, Steve? Thank you. Why would I bring it up? Because it's positive evidence of natural processes without the supernatural realm. And you're right that it doesn't specifically address God the way that quantum physics and physics in general doesn't specifically address God. But it shines a light in a direction that more or less eliminates a lot of things that we would call supernatural. And it eliminates a lot of the realm that we would give to God.
So the logical fallacy that I would immediately point out that you made there, Steve, is begging the question where you assumed the idea of God in your question, when in fact that is the question in philosophy to be asked. What is God?
I didn't assume the existence of God. That's not true.
No, you did when you said that there's still a possibility that it could exist. In that, you assumed that it had a definition, right? You assumed that it was something like an all-powerful deity or something like that, or something you would find in the Bible or some other like scriptural text, as opposed to a different assumption that gods are fictional characters. These are equally assumptions that you might put on the table, but your question presumed one of those definitions and not the other definition.
Yeah, and Steve, just to be clear, that's why I tried to butt in and interrupt you, is because I was asking for a definition of God.
What, Patrick? Well, actually, you were talking about the definition of God before I spoke, but
right.
That's okay.
Right, because you were presuming a God already, and I was trying to get you to define what you mean.
Nah, see, no, you were talking. Well, okay, we'll move on. Any discussion.
Steve believes in a different God. This is like a progressive, liberal, rabbinic God. It's not really like in scripture.
Okay, you don't know what you're talking about.
I do. I know you, Stephen.
Well, if you know,
I know you're an atheist, but you still like adhere to like cultural aspects of it. You're like, I'm a Jew. Stop calling yourself a Jew.
All right, well, if you're going to keep interrupting me,
I said go ahead, Stephen. I'm trying to help you.
Oh my God, dude.
Badger, King Kong is dead. Ding dong, the witch is dead. The witch is dead.
I don't think Steve needs any help. He seems to.
Hans, did you like the Roivus photos, Hans?
Dude, I think those photos creep me the fuck out.
That's Roivus.
Hey,
he put when you search him, hold on, when you search him on YouTube, on Google, all you have to type in is Roivus Grammy nominated artist. And he literally put it under there because he brags about being Grammy nominated all the time.
No, I just typed in Roivus music and it came up his Instagram and his.
But if you search Roivus Grammy nominated, it'll come up. And he always is such a braggart about being Grammy nominated. And there's bound to be a limited amount of Roivuses who go by the name Roivus on social audio and social media, who call themselves Roivus that are Grammy nominated and are artists.
Oh, I did not know that. So the pictures that I found are not Roivus.
No, it's Roivus. That's him. Yeah.
Dude, he looks creepy. I would never let him. I would never let him babysit my kids.
Yeah, Roivus said that he was gonna fuck my 5-year-old autistic son, Patrick.
Oh.
He did it. Okay, hold on. He did it when he was drunk. Then he woke up the next morning, came back in chillism. And then we all questioned him if he really meant that, or he was gonna we figured, okay, well, he's gonna apologize because he was blackout drunk. And he came back in and said, no, I'm sober now, and 100% I want to fuck your autistic son in the ass.
Well, I'll
He
tell
also
you
said he wanted to fuck my other 2 kids, but he really focused on my son.
There's a great picture of him. I think it's on his Instagram where he's got his typical dinner, which is.
I mean, it's not my fault. You guys are all friends with Jack Angs, Trident, Roivus, both.
Can we not talk about people who aren't here?
Jack Angstrike, you really? Wait, JC, you really got upset.
I am not friends with. Just to be clear, I am not friends with Roy Best.
No, JCC's friends with Jack Angstrike.
No, I'm not.
Anytime somebody brings it up,
No, I'm not.
he gets really mad.
I didn't get
Because
mad.
Tom Rabbit walks around.
Holy shit.
Makes JCC
So, no,
hold
kick
his
this fuck
bucket.
hard. I didn't get mad.
You did.
I was asking nice. Not to talk about someone. Fuck you. You're on my list, bitch.
I've always been. This is Rick.
I've never been in a room that
There you go, Rich.
This is
get
3
Block list.
CC.
Block list, Rick.
Yeah.
Block list. Yeah, thank you. Get the fuck out of here, dick.
+1.
Fuck you. Fucktards. Just because someone asks, don't talk about people who aren't here, doesn't mean they're mad or they're friends with somebody. I don't like Jack Angstrike. Fuck.
Well, we weren't really talking about him.
Well, yes, sure. And I was also referring to the other person you're talking about. They're not here. That's not cool. I don't like that other person either.
Okay, I appreciate that, James, because you really always mind your manners when talking to everyone, and you're never rude to anyone. So
What are you doing? Why are you virtue signaling out, bitch?
I stand corrected.
Fuck you, Hans.
I
fuck
stand
you, Hans.
corrected
Fuck
by
you,
you,
Hans.
James. Thank you.
Fuck you, Hans.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you're on my list now, too. bitch.
Classic incel.
Fuck you.
And Romero, when we're in another room, I'll be happy to continue the conversation with you, and I apologize for interrupting you all. We can continue it another time.
Sure, buddy.
Well, now's a good time to talk about it. The room's smaller. We got rid of the dipshits.
Are the dipshits gone?
Well, they're not on stage.
Well, I don't know. You know the dipshits better than I do. So
They're all on my block.
now that the dipshits are gone.
Yeah.
So I've always understood philosophy to be what is possible. And I've always said that I think God is possible, however slight. This is why I said earlier that I don't understand how you can be a philosopher.
Can you define God?
Well, I have my definition, which most people don't disagree with.
That's the part being presumed, right?
I'm sorry?
That's the part being presumed in your question. That's the
exactly what is being presumed? Exactly what?
Your definition.
Any attribute, anything about a god in any way that you can say that you can claim to know. If you don't know any attribute about God, the most you can appeal to is like deism.
Yeah, but let's try it my way. I'm going to define God as a fictional character. Therefore, the question is answered. Is it possible that God exists? No. It's not possible that fictional characters exist. They're fictional by definition. If they existed, they wouldn't be fictional.
All right, now let's try my definition, which is clearly different than yours, because I think you can accurately define fictional characters. For example, we can accurately define the Tooth Fairy. We can accurately define Santa Claus. Therefore, with all disrespect, sorry about that, the Freudian slip. Okay, it looks like we'll wait and go.
I think we can correctly define God. It's a fictional character as envisioned by many cultures and categorized by having all these powerful attributes. Right? They're usually like logical maxims of attributes that we see in the world. Right? You just take creation, and then you shove that dial all the way to its maximum extreme of create everything, and now you've got your definition of God that most people would glom onto. And I just think those are all fictional characters. We can correctly define God that way.
Yeah, the problem with that T is you could use that definition to describe Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy, can't you?
Are Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy real?
Right.
I didn't hear what you said, T. I'm sorry.
They're in the same category, so there's no problem there.
Yeah,
Well, the problem is that the definition could apply to Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy. So when I'm looking for a definition for God, I'm looking for one that cannot be applied to Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy.
So what is
are Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy real?
You know, I don't understand.
Are Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy real?
Steven's getting gangbanged.
But that's like saying that I'm looking for a definition of Santa Claus, where Santa Claus is real. Or I'm looking for a definition of the Tooth Fairy, where the Tooth Fairy is real.
You know, I don't mind getting gangbanged as long as first somebody asks for permission, and number two, importantly, I get.
JCC, 5 words, square root of -1.
Is defined as the square root of -1.
Oh, JCC harped on it for like 6 hours one night.
I've never harped on the square root
You did.
negative. No.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Keep saying things that are incorrect.
You did too. You kept saying,
there you go.
Look it up. Look it up.
You're a member of the club. You're a member of the club. Thanks, Mohammed.
Oh, God. Yeah. You sound like CM that night.
Wait, is this the same guy that was just here earlier?
Mark, I have 100,000 accounts and an entire website dedicated to this.
Rich?
Of course it.
Fucking Rich. Goddamn.
Why are you
That's what I
guys?
said. Is this the same guy that was before? And I was like, all right, I can't.
I don't get it. But Steve, do you see the problem? Like I still haven't heard a definition of God. Like, what's God?
Well, did the other interrupters leave or what?
Well, just what's your definition of God? Can you just define it really fast?
Yeah, I can, but I don't like constantly being interrupted by dickheads.
Those darn interrupters.
There's going to be interruptions, Steve. So, as far as
Fine, then I'll give my quick definition of God: unidentifiable higher power.
cool.
Okay.
So
So
philosophers.
meaningless. Like it means nothing.
Yeah.
It's a deistic god, a deistic thing, whatever. Deism.
Yep.
It's something that you can't really say that you know anything about. And if you can't really know anything about it, Steve, you can't really argue for or against it, really.
Yeah, so the reason why philosophers are atheists is because they have a rejection of the belief in a God exists, right? And they carefully examine the arguments given by those who believe in God and find them unsupported. That's why they're atheists. Most philosophers rely on naturalism. So it's not that they reject the existence of God, they reject the belief in God. They don't have a belief in the God.
It's more or less like, somebody comes up to you and says like, hey, I propose to you how to build a house. And you go, all right, let me hear it. I'm open to the possibility, like Steve says, I'm open to the possibility of them showing me that they're going to build a house. And then they open up their briefcase and it's full of frogs. And it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't really add up to anything.
Yeah, they're probably not very good at building houses.
Steve was asked to provide a definition.
Yeah, and then we're left with we're left with a thing that doesn't really allow us to even conclude that thing could even possibly be true. So you can't even say that it could be possibly true because it's like not even addressing the question. You know,
I think we can be a little more precise here, right? Steve was asked to provide a definition. He did. I appreciate that, Steve. Definitions are accepted or refused on their utility, right? So the reason that I would reject that definition on its utility is the entire endeavor of providing definitions for words is to capture the necessary properties that contrast it with everything else, right? It's to say, that an apple is, a fruit is, grows on trees, right? That's a necessary property of an apple. We're not talking about something that grows on trees. We're not talking about an apple. And then when you give a definition and you say it's undefinable, what that is that's giving up on the endeavor of providing a definition. And so for that reason, I wouldn't accept that definition.
No problem, brother.
Have you found it, Seeker?
Yeah, I found it. 72% of the philosophers are actually believers. They are not atheists.
72%?
They believe in something, they're not atheists, basically.
Wait, wait. Whoa. Wait,
I think he said 22, not 72.
Okay. So an atheist doesn't mean you don't believe in anything, right? Like, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in the existence of a God or gods. That doesn't mean I don't believe in other things. I believe in many things that align with reality. So many philosophers do that as well. Many atheist philosophers rely on naturalism, such as myself. So when you say they believe in something, yeah, I agree. But an atheist is specifically not believing in a God or gods.
Can you say the statistic again, please?
West academic philosophers found that 72 do not lean toward or accept atheism.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is 72% of philosophers are not atheists. All right, thank you.
That doesn't mean they're theists, right, Seeker?
I didn't say it meant that.
No,
No one did.
I said seeker. I said seeker, Steve.
I didn't hear you say seeker,
because you didn't let me finish. Okay.
Well, seeker would have been the first word, but whatever.
No,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
So JCC, the best way to get an idea about this is if you go to the latest PhilTalk survey,
right?
The Phil Paper survey. So that's like the academicians that are in the field, and they do surveys. And the latest one taken was 2020. And in 2020, 18.9% lean towards theism, 67% accept or lean towards atheism, 7.2 are agnostic or undecided, and 7% have other or alternative views. That's the more accurate way to get an idea of what philosophers think.
But that's not what he said. That's like totally opposite of what he said.
I agree with you.
Yeah, he got it backwards.
That's what I was trying to use.
And what's more is that according to this study, the number is dropping, right? It used to be back in 2019, or excuse me, 2009. Yeah, 2009, 72%, and in 2020 it was 66%. And so the number's going down, right?
Right. I can look at the paper that was just mentioned, 2020 survey, 1,770 philosophers worldwide, and I think that's correct. They lean towards atheism, 66.9%.
Yeah.
And about theism, 18.9% lean towards theism.
Yeah.
And then we have agnostic, which is around 14.2%.
Yeah, which doesn't tell us anything.
Right.
Which basically means they're an atheist.
They could be agnostic, not agnostic.
Then atheist is everybody's atheist.
Well, I mean, if you're agnostic, what information have I been provided with?
Right. So agnostic is quite blurry, right? But we can say 18.9%.
Right. And I bet you, I'd be willing to bet money that if you ask those people who claim to be agnostic if they currently believe in a God, they would say, no, I do not currently believe in a God.
Well, I trust the survey. There's a reason they are called agnostic. Let's not put them into.
But as I'm just saying, like, studies are not flawless.
Well, then we can just call the whole study.
Let's just be honest about it, dude. 100% of people on the planet are really atheists. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah, everybody is.
Is an atheist. I mean, when you're born, absolutely. I mean, you can't even speak or think. Then, if all the babies are born atheists, probably. But once you grow into, language and knowledge, then that's when people choose, and a part chooses atheism, another one chooses, theism.
You think they choose?
I believe at some point it's a conscious thing, right? It's not something that you just follow.
What's a conscious thing?
He said the ability to choose.
Choose what? What are you choosing, Seeker?
What I'm choosing.
He didn't say.
Well, so I'm asking.
Between theism and atheism.
Yeah, how do you choose a belief, Seeker?
That doesn't make sense.
That's a good question. Definitely not just relying on the physical proof in this reality. You know, I'm not doing that. So I have more of an optimistic view on what is out there, and I don't need proof of it. I have certain experiences of myself, which I do believe. And
that was a key term right there.
Yeah. So you said you
more
had
optimistic.
Yeah, you said you had an experience.
He just.
You're breaking up.
Who's breaking up? Am I breaking?
I think Tim is. Go ahead, Tim.
Go ahead.
Tim, what are you trying to say?
And Seeker, mute up when you're not talking.
I just think maybe Seeker is using he's speaking about something different. It's like maybe you're talking about two different things about the choice, right? Like, because it seems like we use choice in a way like to say like, you know, like, what do you feel like having tonight? Well, I think I'm going to choose chocolate ice cream over vanilla, and that's some choice you've made, right? But like propositions, like is, you know, like the value, you know, like what words are we like, or what do you accept to be true or false? Those don't seem to be like rooted in choice so much once they're in your brain, right? Because once they're in your brain, you can't like not choose. Like if you love your mom, you can't just today to go, I just choose to love my mom today and just stop loving her. That would be really difficult, right? I don't see a path forward for that.
Well, then we'll have to agree that love is a constant, or is it, you know, situation based?
Well, like for instance, like this, like if this is going to sound gross, but like presumably you don't like the smell of human feces, right? You don't like that, right? That's something you don't. And you couldn't choose to like it today and just go, I decided I like it today and now I love it. I'm just can't get enough of it, right? Presumably, there's nothing you can do to make yourself not change your mind about the smell of feces, right? Because you can't choose to not like it. You can't choose to like it even though you don't.
Actually, more people than you know of like the smell of their own farts.
Well,
that's
whatever.
a fact. That's
I'm
a
just
fact.
saying that's whatever. But I'm saying other people's. Like if you walk into like a bathroom.
No, other people's. No, most people hate the smell of other people's farts.
Did he leave already?
I think he just left.
By the way, T, good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well with all your AI program. I hope you're crushing it, man.
I'm doing real well. I mean, if you watch my GitHub, I'm some sort of machine. But I
love it, man.
I did actually have sort of a breakthrough moment with a project.
Nice.
I don't want to kill the room, but we should talk about it sometime.
Yeah, let's do that sometime. I would love to.
It's because I'm gonna say something, and I shouldn't be able to say it. I solved supply chain attacks.
Wow, nice.
That nobody should be able to say that, right? Nobody should say. No adult should speak those words, right? And all like.
Very cool. I hope it brings you lots of joy and also lots of money in here. You get a bunch of bags for that.
Yeah. My next destination is PyCon to talk about it.
What's up, honey? What's up, Mark? Good to see you all.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hello. Freaking hot, dude. It's hot here.
I heard it's like 100 degrees.
Yeah, it's out of control.
Well, it was 100 degrees in like Northmore Valley, like LA Valley area, I guess, you know? So I don't know what it's like down there. Probably like 5 to 10 degrees cooler, maybe.
Yeah, it's still been hot, like even closer to, it's still, I mean, it's a little bit cooler at the beach. The beach is always cooler because it's not like Santa Ana conditions, but it's definitely, if you're inland, like where you went to high school, it's 100 degrees, easy. It's been like super muggy this week too. It kind of finally unmugged off, but we're getting like a lot of like moist air, which is not super common in SoCal, you know?
Nice, dude. So is it like? So wait, what's the weather like where you are?
It's like blue skies, like not a cloud in the sky and hot, right? You know, like almost like kind of like mild Vegas weather. But earlier this week, like on Monday, it was like really muggy, like the
Like
index was up high,
kind of gray.
Yeah, more like where you live, yeah.
Yeah, it's not too humid here, dude. It's usually pretty dry. So what's been on the stages? Is there been anything fun or like interesting?
I saw Jack Angstrike yesterday. Frenchie had a room going, and Jack joined. I was like, I haven't seen Jack on Clubhouse in like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, it's because Discord's slowing down.
Yeah, nobody's on Discord. It's like I saw Discord, I saw Diehead, I saw, of course, JJ.
Godless.
Godless. She's been in
Mo.
Yeah, Moto. Well, John's been back for a while. Of course, Tom Rabbit's been back.
James is tired.
James is now kind of an atheist. I don't know if he
Well, he's not saying an atheist.
But he's just really not into Christianity anymore.
Or even like saying positively believing in God. He says he wants to believe in God. So it's kind of interesting.
At least it seems like he's being honest.
Yeah.
James and I have been friends for about 8 years now. And I very well remember I think it was probably about 4 years ago when James made the conversion to Christianity. And my words at the time were, I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And this is the other shoe dropping.
There you go.
He's a little rough in the rooms, though, because he always wants to steer the topics to him and his feelings about how people are treating him. So no matter what we talk about, and if he's in a room, it always gets back to, Andrew, you're just, he wants to talk about specifically some, like, personal issue he's got going on with somebody, and it just ruins the...
Yeah, it's interesting witnessing him take this position of superiority because he's not a believer anymore. It's really freaking fascinating to me.
Wait, you guys witnessed this transition from a believer to non-believer?
Yeah, if you're on these Clubhouse apps for long enough, you're going to meet people who were atheists and are now Muslim. You're going to meet Muslims that are now atheists. You meet Christians that are now Muslims. You meet Muslims that are Christians. You're going to meet everything. So people can't change their positions. They do.
Right.
Like Ethan Muse,
Yeah, Ethan was like a little bratty atheist. He used to come in and kind of snark on deists, and now he's like a full blown Catholic, going on Pints with Aquinas, doing national debates, doing all sorts of stuff.
And Albedo,
yeah.
Who else? Anybody else?
I can't remember. Is Seeker a theist, or is Seeker just kind of like one of those?
Confused guy.
What are you? What would you say?
Confused guy. That's what you're gonna say. No.
Yeah. Well, I don't get the idea that you're like a super theist, but I also don't get the idea that you're an atheist either.
No. I'm somewhere in the middle, Tim. To be honest, I'm very science based for sure, but I also believe, but I don't necessarily follow a religion per se. I don't believe in following religion.
See, that's the part, because after that, what else are we even talking about, right? Like, I could say the same thing, I don't really follow religion, and instead of just saying I'm an atheist for practical reasons, or, just speaking about it, instead of saying that, I could just go, but, I dabble. I'm still kind of on the fence about God, and then I still told you nothing because I could conceive of something. I could conceive of an energy or a force that I want to believe in, and like we can all do that. So we can all do it. Like I think we can all think of something cool about the universe. It's mysterious and powerful to us, and I don't know. Is that God? I don't know.
Yeah, but that's I understand that, honey, totally, right? Whether that's God or not, right? And in my opinion, God is just a word. We can just call it energy or the cause or whatever, right? It doesn't really matter. And maybe it doesn't have those attributes that the religion actually says it does. Maybe it's not even a conscious thing, right? It could be.
Right.
So
yeah, that's what I mean. Right. I'm open, and I would never know what you mean, right? Like if you said, "Yeah, well, I have a God concept," and I'm all cool, dude. You think I'm gonna be able to know what the fuck you're talking about ever?
No way.
Right.
Right.
If you guys get any extra time in this week, go on to Monkey Boy's channel. One of the best videos I've heard in a long time today. Mason and Josh and a couple other guys somehow were able to talk to Darth Dawkins for like an hour, and they pretended that they were like theists, and they were trying to ask him like, how do we defeat these people that they were trying to tell him we love tag, we love the tag argument, but like what do we do? And Darth talks to him for like an hour.
That is the ultimate troll.
Has no idea that they're trolling him the whole time. Darth straight up admits that tag is based on circularity. That it's circular, and he keeps trying to say it's circular, but it's okay because and then Mason would say, okay, well, I get that, that's totally, I agree with that, because he's saying it's a circular something. I can't remember what he says, but and then Mason keeps saying, well, let's just suppose for a moment that we have like somebody who's honest, because we agree that the atheists, they're totally dishonest. And he's like, yeah, they're scumbags, they're atheists, they're dishonest. He goes, but you do agree that it could be somebody who's honest, right? And Darth's like, yeah, that's possible. And he goes, okay, so what if they just, because we always just tell them, when they say, do you have an argument for, that? And they always say, well, due to the impossibility of the contrary. And he goes, well, what if the atheist says that, their position is due to the impossibility of the contrary, and then they'll just invoke circularity like we do. And Darth never has an answer for it. He just keeps saying, well, it just means they're trolls. They're just honest.
He says circular reasoning and a circular argument are different.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. That was what he said. Circular reasoning and circular argument. He says, I'm not giving a circular argument, I'm giving circular reasoning. And he says, circular reasoning is perfectly fine. But he always gives away the bag, because he admits that if somebody else uses circular reasoning to come to their conclusion, then that's not okay. Total special pleading the whole entire time. It's so great. And they literally, and Josh is chiming in and going, yeah, they're sophists. Those guys are just sophists. It's so good. I hope you all listen to it. You're gonna love it.
There's just not enough Nathan-Philian shifts in the world to cope,
Didn't some of the other theists say that they were trolling and Darth fell for it anyway?
Maybe, maybe, but it was really bad. It was really funny. I mean, I don't know I didn't watch to the very, very end, so he may have figured out at the end. So I'm sure people were jumping in, but they were being nice to him, and they just kept like buttering him just up constantly. Yeah. And I study Van Til and Bonson, and they said, well, what about the Tang? The transcendental argument for not God. And he's like, no. So the guy who laid this up, this something Martin guy, Brad Martin or Doug Martin or something, he got destroyed by Bonson. Bonson destroyed that a long time ago. It was so good. And then he keeps talking about, his whole thing is about, what provides for the ultimate? The ultimate. And if you don't have that, then you can't have any intelligibility. It's like, but that's just repeating the claim, right? If the claim is without an ultimate authority, you can't have intelligibility. And then you say, okay, well, what's the argument for that? And they say, due to the impossibility of the contrary, we're just running off in a circle.
How are you feeling, Bert? Which one would you be, though?
Hello?
What's going on with you? What's going on with you, bro? Hi, bro.
What up? What up? What up? What up?
Yo, bro. What do you know, bro?
I know everything about everything. Remember what Katy Perry said in her song? I forgot what it's called, but it said something like, "Because I know everything and anything." You get the point?
That doesn't make sense.
Good job.
Good job, bro. Good job.
Are there any Christians here that I can talk to?
Is there any Christians in here that I could talk to?
What's wrong with my voice?
Why do they need to be Christians?
Because
What
they
about
are funny.
what about non-Christians? Would you like to talk to a non-Christian?
And any other day, not today.
No, not today.
Are there any Muslims in the room?
Only on Tuesdays.
There is no Christians here I can talk to.
There are no Christians here. There are only Muslims here.
Are there any Muslims in the room?
Am I a Muslim? Are you a Muslim?
Is anybody Muslim? Are there any Muslims in the room?
Bruh.
Yeah, I can be a Muslim.
Dang, bro.
Can you be a Christian?
Bro.
Are we all Muslims?
Can we just become a Christian right now?
I was looking for some Christians so I can enjoy myself.
I was looking for some Christian poontang. I was trying to get up here and hook up with some Christian. Come on now.
No, that's not why I'm looking for them. I try to talk to Christians because
why.
they are funny.
No,
and make
that's
me
not
laugh.
why I'm on here. No, they make me laugh.
Is this guy stupid or something?
This guy.
Why don't you answer any questions? I asked you, are you Muslim?
What is with this guy right now? This guy right here. This guy right now. What is going on with him? Is he stupid or what?
What's your name?
Abu, are you Muslim? Yes or no?
I don't answer questions.
Why not? I don't answer questions.
For me, I believe that FBI are not made to.
For me, I'm only on here. I ask the questions. For me, I come on here. I'm looking for. I'm only looking for Christian poontang.
Gross.
If he's Muslim, he's only looking for like 9-year-old poontang.
And that's how you
No
get the
9-year-olds in
herpes.
here, bro.
She said she was a virgin, but I got herpes. How did that happen?
Well, how about that? You gotta love the weird, creepy laugh.
Poontang.
It's in Christian poontang.
It's just like a fucking comic book villain.
Did you guys know that if you're a woman and you shape your eyebrows in Islam, you're cursed by God forever?
Oh shit. For like having shitty eyebrows?
It does fuck up your eyebrows, so like that just might be literal.
That's funny, Kat.
I'm laughing.
You can always just shave
Yeah, if you
them
do
off,
anything to
just draw.
shape your face or do anything to your face, then Allah curses you for it.
Even makeup? Like putting on makeup?
No, makeup's fine.
Oh, okay.
I mean, let's be honest. Everybody looks terrible with shaved eyebrows.
Yeah, they do. Yes, see?
But there is no Christian here I can talk to.
Why do you want to talk to a Christian, dude?
Because
There's
they
no
make me
Christians
laugh and
in
they
here
are
with-
so funny.
They make me
Okay,
laugh.
okay, what makes Christianity funny? I think Islam is funny.
But there is nothing that's
as close funny as Christianity.
No, there was nothing funny about Islam, not even one bit.
I mean, a dude flying on a Pegasus to the moon, splitting it in half, and then gluing it back together is pretty funny.
That's pretty damn funny.
Sounds very gay. Sounds very gay to me.
Or stealing a young girl from playing toys to having sex. That's not sick. But
Well, the Christians do that too. Let's not
true.
get ourselves.
We don't want to.
And the Jews also do some shit like that too. It's not. None of the Abrahamics are very good when it comes to child care.
Yeah.
No, you're not doing it right. You have to now.
Here, bro.
No, Christians here, bro. I need to talk to Christians, bro. You guys are not doing it right. You have to do the evil laugh.
Could you imagine if OSHA was around when these religions were put together? Like fucking violations left and right.
No shit.
You get a violation. OSHA violation for you.
So Abu, I'm presuming you're a God believer, right, Abu?
I do not answer questions.
I do not. I plead the fifth. Abu.
We're looking for a Christian that I can talk to.
Well, there's no Christian here.
Is there a man to kiss and hug in here?
A man to kiss and hug.
Abu was the name of the monkey in Aladdin, by the way.
Has anybody seen Mike Hunt? Mike Hunt? I'm looking for Mike Hunt. Anybody seen Mike Hunt?
I mean, when you rewatch Aladdin, it's just like, holy fuck, it's so racist.
Oh yeah.
But Robin Williams is just chef's kiss.
He's awesome.
So there was a dispute.
I like Aladdin. It actually was good.
Supposedly, they were going to hire. They wanted to hire him they did hire him for Ferngully, and Disney was pissed because he voiced he voiced one of the characters in Ferngully.
Dueling Studios.
Right.
So I can laugh at. I probably have to look somewhere else.
Yeah, go to a Christian room, Abu. Go to a Christian room.
The thing is, they always kick me out and they don't talk to me.
Oh, I wonder why, Abu. I wonder why.
Actually, I'll tell you why. Because they learned from Jesus Christ, whenever someone asks you a question you cannot answer, to be a bully and aggressive and.
Well, you don't want to answer. Wait. You're being a bit hypocritical, right? You don't want to answer questions, but yet you want to ask. And you're talking. And why you? And why? Hey, Abu, silence! I tell you, silence. Silence. Thank you, Abu. Thank you. I appreciate you very much now. So you're being very hypocritical. You understand me now, right? You want questions answered, yes, from the Christians. So you can fucking laugh.
That's almost like a Fu Manchu, JCC.
Yeah, sorry. But yet you don't want to answer questions.
Get your racist stereotypes right.
So you go off the hypocritical train of hypocrisy there, Abu.
It's a very smart position to take. I mean, you couldn't corner him until now.
Now Seeker, he gets it he has the evil laugh down very well. Seeker, try to laugh for us. Try to laugh for us.
I'm looking for Christians. They are very funny.
This is what is it? It almost sounds like what was Sasha and Bo and Karen Bowen, whatever his name is.
Bowen, Sacha Baron Cohen. Yeah, I know the actor. He's very funny.
Yes, I know him very well. I tell you something.
Motherfucker, let me talk a little bit. When you talk to me and ask me a question, I say I do not want to answer. I don't know
tell me a fucking question there, motherfucker. Lord, motherfucker.
Shouldn't you be proud of your belief in your faith there, Abu?
I don't know if I'm I mean, Muhammad bought and sold black slaves. He sold 2 black slaves or 2 or 3 black slaves for the price of 1 white one.
Oh.
He was racist as fuck.
Is that why they cover their faces?
Okay, can I talk? The other thing, I don't know if you guys know this, that Shaitan sleeps in the nose of Muslims every night. So that's why they get up in the morning and they
have to do the
wash out their nose because Shaitan has been sleeping in there all night long. So they got to get up and clean out their noses to make sure that he didn't like shit on their nose or something like that or leave a dirty mess. They're fine with him sleeping in there. They just want to make sure that once he gets out that they tidy up apparently he never tidies up the room. He leaves by the time they wake up, but they're like, God damn, I got to clean up the room again. You know, he's like a really bad guest that comes over and never like strips the sheets or anything like that. So every morning you got to get up and deal with Shaitan's mess.
Why don't they sleep with a face cover on to prevent Shaitan getting in there?
No, it doesn't matter apparently.
Tim, thanks for that. I always knew boogers were evil.
That's right.
Well, actually, mucus is a good thing. It keeps from bacteria getting further into your system, so it's a good thing.
I have a question. You know, where can I find Christians?
We don't do questions. Remember, just like you don't answer, we don't answer.
Yes, but
no. It's what's good for the goose is good for the gander, my friend. If you don't answer a question, we're not answering.
نحن الأعلام.
ولا هادي المرأة لك شيطان
ولا تهنوا ولا تكنوا وأنتم الأعلون إن كنتم مؤمنين.
حبيبي.
Not in my story, you don't. You must leave now.
I will. Just
Wallahi, I'm gonna kick your face in. Wallahi.
A'udhu billahi.
No more slushy for you. You got to go now.
That's not slushy.
I don't answer questions. I just want everybody to answer my questions.
Yes, because I'm the boss.
Because I'm a little bitch. I live in Saudi Arabia. I'm a little bitch.
I don't live in Saudi Arabia. I live in the United States.
Too bad.
Why? Oh yeah,
Too bad for us to have a bunch of fucking losers in the States.
Too bad for me. I live there, but one day I'll leave very soon.
Yeah, hopefully you go back. Hopefully go back to your, go somewhere there's some Sharia law, and you can take sex slaves, and you can practice slavery again, and you can cover the women in dark sacks. And you can make them eat in another room so nobody else sees their face when you invite your guests over to your house. You know, that'd be great.
I don't answer questions.
And then you can have your wife. You can have your wife suckle other men to make them feel welcome.
You gotta wipe with the right hand only. We use stones that are laying to wipe with.
You use date palm leaves.
Keep talking, entertain me. Keep entertaining me. You're very funny. Keep entertaining me, you crazy motherfuckers. Come on, guys, I'm bored. Keep talking.
Allah is make-believe. Allah is a fictional character. Muhammad is a pedophile.
you stop talking, I want you to keep talking because I enjoy watching you. You make me laugh.
Muslims are clowns.
And in the clowns, those happy, dashy clowns.
Is this the worst you can say?
Is this the worst?
Is that the worst you can say? Muhammad was gay. He sucks the little penises of little boys every day. He was in a cave with 3 little boys. It wasn't Jabril. It was his imagination high on mushrooms when he wrote the Quran.
Isn't that what the villain always asks, or no, it's not the villain, it's this hero in the story. Is that the best you've got for me?
Exactly. Is that all you got?
Is that all you got?
And sorry about the Al-Zut.
You also started to admire me. You will admire me much more once you get to know me.
Totally.
But here, I'm here.
JCC, do you know the Al-Zut? Do you know the Al-Zut story?
No, I don't. I don't know that one.
Okay, so there were a group of people that were called the Al-Zut, and they were like really tall, lean, muscular black men with huge penises. And one night, Muhammad takes, I think it's Ibn Masud. I'm pretty sure Ibn Masud was one of his companions, one of his trusted companions. I believe it was Ibn Masud, but I may be wrong. He's called it goes out in the desert one night with Ibn, I think it's Ibn Masud, but let's just say it's Ibn Masud. And he goes out in the desert and he meets up there. He tells Ibn Masud, like, sit here, and he draws like a circle, like a line, and says, don't come over this line, right? And then Muhammad walks over, and there's like a whole bunch of these Al-Zut, and they mount him all night long. And Ibn Masud just has to sit there, and they mount him. And then in the wee morning, Muhammad comes back and lays down and falls asleep in Ibn Masud's lap because they just ravaged him all night long. And it's a Sahih, authentic, narrated hadith. It's crazy. So apparently, Muhammad liked getting pile driven by black lean men all night long. It was a really weird thing to do. And first, the funny thing is when somebody finally discovered this, like a year ago, this story, the Muslims tried so hard to like discredit it, but the chain was so like well attested to. They don't have an answer for it. They have no answer for it at all. They just try to say that the word mount doesn't mean mount.
Interesting.
And, but it's like, what was he doing in the desert all night long? He comes back and he's hurt and he was all tired. He was all worn out and he falls asleep in Ibn Masud's lap. And it's just like the weirdest thing. Like the hadith are so crazy, dude. There is weird ass story after weird ass story about the hadiths about stuff that Muhammad did or said or whatever. One time Aisha was, she had all her friends, her women friends, and one of her women friends comes to her and she had been beaten that she had turned green. They had beaten her so hard that they had turned green, and she wanted to divorce her husband. So Aisha thought, well, surely, I can appeal to Muhammad and Muhammad will allow them to divorce. And so she appeals to Muhammad, what happened is she wanted to go back to her first husband.
I remember that story, yeah.
So they want to do that, and then he tells her, no, you got to go back to your current husband. You got to let him hit it again. You got to let him, get a taste of it, and then you can go back to your ex.
Okay, this is the worst you can say?
Well, You're not even letting us.
They're the worst you've got.
But hang on. Why are you asking us that question? It's irrelevant to you because you're not identifying as a Muslim. So,
But some of you here are actually Muslims, and I know it. So I'm
okay. Who's a Muslim here?
not gonna tell you.
Not gonna tell you.
It's me.
Oh my goodness! I got something you don't know. Oh my goodness! I'm not gonna tell you. What are you, 5?
Muhammad likes the young ones anyway, right?
There you go. So 5's a good thing.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out who the Muslim is. It's got to be JCC, right?
Damn Skippy.
The FBI is just so fucking stupid.
Did he move himself down?
He had to because it's a hand-raising free zone.
That's one way to not have to answer questions.
Good move.
He's a little runaway.
Yeah, so anyway, let's just finish that story up. So Muhammad tells the girl that had been beaten shit out of her. He says, well, you can go marry your ex-husband, but you got to go back, and you got to go back to your current husband that just beat the shit out of you, and you got to let him fuck you. So that way the guy feels like you got some recompense for letting you leave. So that's the kind of ethical stance that Muhammad used to take.
That's just so bizarre.
The weird thing about it is, JCC, other religions or other people, they have accusations made about them. They'll say here's a story about you, and then another religion will say, well, where does that information come from? And you'll say, well, somebody who's not a Mormon or an ex-Mormon said it about you, right? And the Mormon's like, well, I don't have to take that because he's an ex-Mormon or he's disgruntled or whatever. But these reports are from the Hadith. They're actually from believers, telling these stories about what was going down. And so it's really strange because it's hard for them to it becomes infinitely more difficult to dismiss them or say something about them because they're authentic within their own paradigm.
Yeah, they're more valid, yeah.
You'll also hear him say this, JCC. You'll hear him say stuff like, well, I only believe in one God, and God, they talk about punishing. You have to, Jesus can't die for your sins. You have to pay for your own sins. You know what I mean? And for you and I, JC, that actually kind of makes sense, right? We would say well, sure, yeah, your moral responsibility can't be given to somebody else. Whatever you've done is you, on you. And we would agree with that. I'm sure you would. I would, right? That seems like a feather in the cap for the Muslim, right?
Right.
But it turns out there's just a little inconvenient fact about that, right? Because it says in Sahih Muslim, one of the most authentic hadiths, it says that on the day of judgment, so the Muslim believes there's going to be a day of judgment, and everybody's going to go on that day, and they're going to stand before Allah, and he's going to judge them for their good and bad deeds, right? He's going to weigh the scales of justice, right? But it turns out, it says on the day of judgment, there will come to Allah believing Muslims who have sins as large as mountains, right? And he says, but Allah will put a Jew and a Christian in hell in their stead. So they will get off scot-free from their giant sins because the Christians and the Muslims will be, or the Christians and the Jews will be going on their behalf, which just completely derails this argument that they have that everybody has to be responsible for their own sins.
How did you find that?
You just look it up.
Wow.
I think it's like 20, it might be 2767 Masaki Muslim, but you can look it up.
Good for you.
What's interesting too is they'll say, well, it's no big deal because the Jews and the Christians were already going anyways. They're already going to be there. So what's the big deal if you put them on there? I'm like, well, why is that an argument? So you do agree then that other people can suffer on your behalf for the sins that you've done, right? But which is really interesting because at least in Christianity, they say something like the one person that suffered on your behalf is the only sinless. He's sinless. He was perfect. So he suffered on your behalf. He is not suffering, because he's got his own sins and he's just going to pile more on his back for you. Right. So,
yeah.
Anyways, so.
Interesting. Thanks for sharing that. That's good.
No worries. I actually know quite a bit about Islam. By the way, a couple weeks ago, you were talking to somebody and you rendered an argument from parsimony. And I thought, I didn't get to tell you, but I thought you did a really good job. Your rendering of it was good.
Thank you.
I wanted to make sure you knew that.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah.
We'd expect nothing less from you, JCC.
Well, it can be a difficult argument to explain, right? One thing you can say, you might be able to add to it is that, like, anytime you have you have two explanations that are two different lines. Like, for instance, if you can explain something naturally, then it doesn't need then there's no reason to pile on a metaphysical explanation to it as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Because in the principle of parsimony, right, you don't need multiple lines of explanation modalities. You don't need, like, physical, nomological, metaphysical, logical. You don't need all those modalities. You just, the less number of modalities you have, the better. So if something gets fully explained in a physical manner, then there's no reason to further posit a metaphysical explanation on top of it.
Good point. Thank you.
Does anybody know who owns the atheist?
The atheist what?
Atheist versus Christians room? Is that Elliot?
Oh, I think that might be Godless, actually. The house, Atheist versus Christian.
Yeah.
It was a house that was like very active when she was on here a lot, and then when she left, took a hiatus, it went inactive, and now she's back. She reinvigorated it. Barth has blocked me from the ability to join the other one, Atheist versus Theist. I think he.
Do you want me to ask him then?
I don't know if he can allow me to rejoin it. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think it's Godless Girl has the atheism versus Christianity, and the other one is Barth's.
Yeah, the reason I bring that up is, like, I got modded in that room, and I don't know who modded me, but we were in there for a long time, hanging out, whatever. And Andrew comes in and completely takes the room over, and then moves me to the audience. Somebody hunts.
Oh, that's not cool.
I know, he's a dick.
Wow.
I just want to make sure that room before I give him a bunch of shit about it, because I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Like, how disrespectful is that when somebody mods you in a room and then you take over and remake the room in your way? I don't know. He's a dick. We knew that, though, already.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right, I gotta go to work. I'll see you around the house.
Later, Jefferson. I think with all... Elliot! I'm about to end this room. Unless you want to come up and say something, Elliot. This room's dying.
Oh, did you just make it, or?
No, it was a Mark room. Mark left and passed mods to a bunch of people, and I'm the last standing one.
I guess it's just that time of day, you know. People are home.
Yep. Dinner time, family time. Yep. All right, I think I'll kill this room. See you guys around.
See you.
Peace out.
so it wasn't like I'm not like doxing her. Like she already did it herself. But I'll send it to you.
Hi, JCC.
What up, Godless?
Robius was just saying he doesn't like you.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's like in this position. He's like, well, I don't care. It's like some position of power.
You were calling me a fucking asshole, and you're like, oh, I can't stand you. You're like fucking Robius. I hate you both.
Oh fuck, you're both in here. Shit, I didn't know that. I just saw Godless and Whitney and I came in. So yeah.
You just saw Godless and Whitney? Okay.
Right.
Well, that's pretty myopic.
Wait, you know what? Your buddy, Steve Appel, he's like, I give him credit for being so honest. He's not the smartest of guys. I give him credit for being so honest, but debating him is no fun because he's like too honest. He's scared to make like a claim. He's like, I don't know, and oh, I shouldn't have said that. So he's like, you can never pin him down because he won't like,
you can debate him.
defend anything.
No, you can debate him. He loves those random debates.
It can't be like, oh, I got you bad, because he won't fiercely defend any position.
If you wanna debate him, do a formal debate with him that's in a format where it's 2 minutes opening, 5 minutes.
I don't like the police on one point.
Just trying to help you out. That's all.
He's no fun to debate. He's too honest.
But actually, you'd be surprised. He may give you a good debate. And when he loses, he's openly honest about losing. So, yeah.
Just plain discussions are fine with him.
Yeah, that's cool.
Regal, who are your enemies? Do you have enemies on here?
I mean, am I going to dignify that with an answer?
So you know, decent our time.
I don't give a fuck about people on here enough to have enemies. I got a couple of friends on here that I like to hang out with, but that's about it.
Well, do you have people that consider you their enemy?
They just don't like the way I talk. Like I have a funny way of talking, so it pisses them off. You know, that's really about it. I don't know if that qualifies somebody to be your enemy.
I don't have any enemies on here, I'm proud to say.
I mean, JCC is not one of my enemies, and neither is Jay. My enemies are, well, they're people who try to like run me off the app. I think, and that would be the fucking Himothy, Sasha, Albedo, Sully, the loser. The four biggest losers in Andrew's room.
Yeah, they
the funny thing, dude, Jay, did you see Jay? Hold on, did you see this interaction with Sully that I had a couple of days ago, where he actually posted to me a YouTube channel of him playing guitar like an idiot, and I was like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to, dude? Like it was the weirdest thing. This weird, like, short little stubby leg, doughy face man with like playing terrible guitar and standing there awkwardly with no charisma. Like, I'm gonna show you, Roy. It's like he's like, is he just like in his own world or something? Like is he like have no life experience? What is he doing? Who the fuck are these people? No, he's a piece of shit. He's a fucking loser. He's got a cubicle job. He has like some stupid pathetic family with some woman who never sleeps with him.
You're so jealous. Oh my god.
I'm jealous of Sully. I'm actually doing what he wishes he could do for a living.
The intention behind sending the video. Why did he send that?
I think he's sort of trying to call me out. Like, a lot of people on here are trying to like see like how much like full of shit I really am, and I'm not. I everything I say is true about myself, and about you motherfuckers too. And so I think he was trying to like he doesn't know any better because like all the people he knows are just mediocre dipshits just like him, you know.
Dude, you know what the strange irony is, Royvius? The strange irony is this.
What's the strange irony?
Have you ever noticed that none of them are ever wrong?
About what? What do you mean?
There's not a day that went by where they were ever wrong.
Yeah, sure.
Like, don't you notice the irony in that? And they debate people every fucking day, but they're never wrong.
Where are you going with this?
You know? Dude, I get it, man. They're all fucking losers, dude. I get it. His knees are together. He's, anxious.
They're just like I guess
He's famous at the open mic night, connection. That's what he does.
Well, it's like respect for people. You guys are like
if you
a normal person living a normal life.
That's fine. I have nothing. If you're a normal person, normal life, I have nothing against you. But if you're gonna start comparing dicks to me and puffing your chest out and insulting me and disrespecting me,
elitists over there.
I know. But hold on. So wait a minute.
Elitists.
But then the kids' gloves come off. Really, then just don't fuck with me. If you're a mediocre loser, then don't fuck with Royvis. That's all you have to do. Just be nice. You don't need to be nice to me.
He probably is smarter than you, but you probably need some money.
I'm sorry. In what sense, Whitney? Like in what sense? Is he smarter than me? What does that mean?
Well, he certainly seems more intelligent than you.
In what sense? Once again, he's more intelligent because he sucks at everything? What? Because he's a Phil bro and that impresses you?
Would you agree with me that it's not a smart move to insult people?
He could never accomplish what I have. No matter how hard he tries. So how smart is he really? It's like give me a break. Give me a fucking...
Anonymous.
Dude, their buddies run damage control for each other. You guys never noticed that?
Look at the anonymous person watching us. I wonder who it is.
It's probably my ex-girlfriend. And every time people try to run me off of here and fuck with me, they always end up showing their ass. Albedo, Sully, they've all made asses of themselves. Go ahead. Keep doing it. Keep doing it, you clubhouse losers. See what it gets you. I'm going to mod JCC. We're going to do this. Let's do it.
Do you guys have each other blocked? Unblock each other.
I thought I unblocked him already. Maybe not.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. No, I unblocked him. Yeah.
This is Whitney's room. I don't know if she's coming back.
You got fucking Andrew over there running around like Vince McMahon trying to squeeze all the content he can get out of these fucking assholes.
If Whitney is weird about me being modded, I'll move myself down, okay? That's fine. Whatever. I don't I don't mess with people in their own houses. I'm not trying to be fucked.
I don't think she'll care. This is my house. It's just her room. She opened the room.
Cool.
I don't understand the title. Let's talk. Oh, talk about it.
Taco about it. Yes. It's an old joke.
So you believe in God, right? Godless girl?
Yeah, not the Christian God though.
What kind of God do you believe in?
I don't even know if I think it's a deity, like a mind. I just I know the power of prayer works. I don't pray like how other people do though. Like other people pray oh, get me out of this situation. I just pray for stuff like God to give me strength and guidance, and sometimes pray for other people. But actually, I don't pray. I'm not praying anymore. I've regressed a lot spiritually.
That doesn't really tell me anything, but okay.
Well, I think there's something going on that the atheists don't see. I guess you'd call it supernatural. I think the atheists are very close-minded, very tunnel vision.
Well, I don't have an issue with that. Some people think differently. When you talk about somebody's theory of justification or an epistemic standard, people think differently. So, some thinkers tend to think more concretely, what's tangible, what I can put in front of me, what does the numbers say, things that are practical, and other people are a little bit more open-minded to things that you can't see, taste, touch, and smell.
Is that the Rachel you dated that's in the chat? Robius? Is that your Rachel?
I never dated anyone named Rachel. It's funny thing. I dated someone named Ashley, but then
Ashley.
one of her best friends is named Rachel, but that's a different part. It's a different Rachel down there.
Looks like a mannequin. Is that a dressed up mannequin with a picture in it? Taking a selfie of itself? Is that what that is?
Hi, Rachel.
Hi. I saw your YouTube channel. Let's say goddess.
Oh, how'd you come across that?
Goddess girl, yes.
I had to have like clicked your thing, and then I was just led there by clicking your thing somehow.
I haven't really.
Your thing. Whoa, what's going on here?
Oh my gosh.
Clicking thing.
You know, like when you click their page, there's like a link, and then that link brings you to another link, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I got it. I was just being silly.
So, Rachel, I got a question for you.
Did you click your thing?
Do you like steak or do you like spaghetti?
Oh, I love food. I'm usually asking others about food. Oh my gosh, it depends on my mood. I'd put steak in spaghetti. Is this like a real question, or is this a...
It's either the steak or the spaghetti.
Do you put the steak like in the spaghetti noodles? You put the steak in the middle of the noodles somehow? I mean, that'd be pretty amazing.
That's like blasphemous. No, I would like cut it up and then put it in. But I guess for nutrients reasons, I'd say steak if I were like cornered.
Good choice.
It's a lot of carbs.
What about you? I thought this was like some metaphorical type question. What about y'all?
Steak over spaghetti for sure.
Yeah. I don't really like steak. I like either like cheeseburger beef meat, or like a cheesy cheap cheeseburger, or I like a really expensive cut of meat like some prime rib. But I don't like the in between steak.
Oh, that's so funny. So you like either like the deep or the super? Okay. No, but your YouTube channel, like you have, you remind me of a 90s actress I cannot remember. Like she's really cute. She always played like these manic pixie girls. I can't remember her name, but your voice did not match your face though. I did not think you would look like that. Not in a bad way at all.
Am I pretty?
I mean, of course it's a matter of opinion. If I thought you weren't pretty, I would just kind of be like, I mean, yeah, but no, you're definitely like conventionally pretty, but also like unique. I think unique beauty is actually prettier. But yeah, kind of like how Uma Thurman is like, if you separated her features, she's maybe not conventionally pretty, but I think she's like stunning in her own way. Like that. Almost alien-like beauty. That sounds like an insult, but it's really not.
I don't really think for an actress, I don't really think Uma Thurman is attractive. But
I do. I think I like how she kind of looks like an alien, and she's got a good figure, but the ones everybody always thinks is like them, and same with the guys. He's an amazing actor to me, and same with Leonardo DiCaprio, but I just don't. I find them too cookie cutter and almost boring in the face.
So what's that?
Like, is there a celebrity like?
I think Angelina Jolie is really beautiful. But she's all.
I think The Mask is great.
Yeah. What are you in a boutique or what in your picture?
I did. I worked a good job. Most people cannot guess that for some reason. I left that job a couple months ago, but we used to have to clock in. We had to take a mirror selfie and send it to our boss. So I just took one of my mirror selfies. But yep, it's a boutique. Right downtown. It sells like everything from kayaks to fashion.
Clocking in was sending the boss a selfie in the store?
Yes, that's kind of why, I'm not going to get into too much detail, but that's kind of why I left. He was a little
weird.
He moved here from Nebraska, and his kids and wife lived in Florida, and he opened up this new place and took over the upstairs, turned it into a bedroom, put a mirror in it and a vanity, and tried to get me to move in upstairs and would try to woo me with money. It was this whole weird. I loved it too. That's what sucked. Do I?
Did you ever steal anything from it?
Did you ever steal?
Girl, I love how you just do whatever comes to your brain. So many people are not like you in that way. I definitely would not have said that out loud if I thought. No, girl, I just realized what you actually asked. No, I did not. There were times I would take pictures of stuff and be like, hey, this is kind of broken. Can I have it? And I might have fudged, it wasn't really that badly broken. But yeah. Have you stolen from work before?
Hell yeah.
I can tell you one thing. So, when I was in my 20s, every time I worked on like a shitty office job or whatever, I always made sure to steal one of the personal mugs that were always left in the kitchen. I always stole a mug. And it didn't matter like whose mugs it was or like what, right. And so in any other aspect of my life, I was never like, I'm not a kleptomaniac. I never stole anything. But I just like made it this little game, you know? At work, I'm going to steal a mug.
People like identify with their mugs though, because I have like a cup that I use every day. It's not even cute. It's from the Goodwill and it still even has the sticker on it that I get. But like I just, it's like my little cup. Like I would be like,
I know, and I would have stolen it from you. I mean, there's a chance I would have stolen it from you if we were a coworker. And you would never know. You would never know to this day. Yeah.
Well, what do you do with it after you steal it? Do you just have like a stash or like?
I don't even keep a stash. No, I don't know. I'd lose them. Like, I don't know. It's just the stealing is the important thing. It's not like it doesn't become this like sacred object. You know, it's just the act of stealing. So something in a way that's like there's no repercussion. It's almost like even if they caught me, what are they gonna do? Fire me from some stupid fucking job I don't care about? You know, it's like, yeah.
I don't know. After hearing so many religious debates on here, I feel like a religious person would say that like God would show you all of the mugs and send you to hell or something. That'd be a repercussion.
If I go to hell for stealing mugs, then that's hilarious. Fine.
It might have been like someone's sentimental mug or something. It could have been sentimental to them.
I don't know. I'm not saying it was like a good thing to do, but it's just something I did because it was like a venial kind of mug sin. It was a mug sin.
Mugs are expensive these days, so I would actually be kind of ticked off about that. Well,
I mean, it was like an expensive looking tumbler. I wouldn't steal that. I'd just steal the stupid, the one with the clowns.
Well, no, because they could probably afford to replace it more than the cheapo like me, so I'd say steal from them weekly.
So we steal the
like retail for $70, and it's just like a solid tumbler. What the fuck?
Like steal from her, yeah. My new Stanley, like steal from her. No, don't listen. Bad.
So what do you do
Who's
now?
even saying that? Rogals. Right now, I've been selling stuff on eBay. I'm trying to get on.
Girl, I'm a Poshmark. I do live shows on Poshmark.
Oh, I've never actually done one, but I've watched them though. That's cool.
You should come to my show. I do them early. I have insomnia. You can if you have stuff in Poshmark.
Yeah. What do you sell primarily?
So I get shit really cheap from like Temu. So it's kind of like Temu, but it's like it got a bigger selection, like these cheap Chinese wholesalers. And then so I put like there's all this jewelry in my Poshmark closet that I pay like 50 cents for, and then I have multiple quantities of it, so I don't have to keep taking pictures. And
that's basically what we were doing at my boutique. The same thing, just in the boutique. He would have me order stuff on Temu.
And then I also go to the Goodwill bins to get like designer purses and stuff. So like normal thrift stores are like you can't make any profit. They're so overpriced. But the Goodwill, I'm lucky to have one in my city. I fucking go. They charge by the pound. I'm practically getting the shit for free. I dig through a bunch of crap and there's like treasures. I'll find like really valuable treasures inside. And a lot of the clothes are like new with the tags, but they're not really brand new. They're like in a dirty bin with underwear at the Goodwill outlet, dirty underwear at the Goodwill outlet, but people think they're new because they still have the tags on them. And then I don't even have to take pictures of them. I just hold them up to my camera and people bid.
Oh my God, I've got to see this. Things can seem so much better when there's like a whole little show around it. It makes you want to buy the item, like the HSN and QVC back in the day. But your accent, the way you said tags, you said tags. Like a Minnesota girl. Do what?
Do you have stuff in your Poshmark closet?
No, I've honestly not actually. I've only been buying stuff on it like in the last couple of years, so I haven't sold on there.
I'm not a shopper. I think those people are crazy. I don't think shopping makes people happy. It's all junk.
Oh no, the things that I've gotten off there, it's like very select things. So like when I fried all my hair a few years ago and I wanted to wear one of those halo extensions, there was like a girl that was hand making wigs, like doing a really cool job. It was like just an extension clip in, but like I got a really good deal on there that would have been way more expensive somewhere else. And like pantyhose, I like to get like unique pattern pantyhose from Italy. Yeah, they have those. Just weird things like that. But the trinkets that you probably sell, I just want to see it. I'll pump you up and be a cheerleader, but like I probably wouldn't buy anything.
Yeah, don't tell people I'm getting on there. I'm getting them from Chinese color.
I would never. That's cool. I bet these guys don't use Poshmark.
If you put crap in your Poshmark closet, then you come to my live show and we share each other's items too. So I show some of mine and then I show everybody that's there. I like go into their closets and pull stuff in and we all look at the listings.
Okay, I wish I could if you were nearby, I would just model the stuff because I like to I do the cameras modeling clothes. That would be fun. Do you do music and stuff?
No, I hate music. I hate hosts that play music. I don't like music.
Sometimes it can be a little overwhelming because you can't really hear them, but it can be a vibe sometimes. The only time I see guys on Poshmark is if they do the Pokemon card stuff, or yeah, that's it. Or gay guys getting cologne and stuff. Is anyone here gay? Hello?
Oh, girl, don't take offense to that. I was mean. I'm mean to almost all of the girls the first time I encounter them too.
No, I mean, I don't know if you saw in the chat where I said that I was offended, I guess, butthurt, I guess, but I actually feel safer around rude people, or I guess I didn't call you rude because you called me, but I feel safer around that because they're not trying to impress me and they're not hiding anything. Which isn't good for me, though, in relationships, because then a lot of times the guy really is just perpetually mean. But, no, I think it's endearing when people are just not afraid of being disliked or making a bad impression. Because I really am not, at the end of the day, I don't really care either. Despite my picture, it looks like I really care. I don't.
Oh my God, you'll love me, girl, then, because I'm the fucking extreme of that. I just say whatever the fuck I'm thinking, and I'm really honest about my fucked up personal life. And
a lot of your YouTube videos were like that. I don't even know what to call it, things that were happening in the street. I was like, whoa. Because you're like, why are these people treating me like this? That's to be honest, I saw only one video. But it was, no, I saw two. I didn't watch them all the way through, but the first one was both of them, you were talking about how basically, not to overuse the word rude, but that's essentially, you were talking about how rude just strangers were outside and you approached these women in a store, I think, and you were like, why did y'all, they were telling you that you were walking too fast or something cuckoo. And at first I was like, what, do they really care about that? And they were like, what is y'all's problem? And they were like, you need to quit, you walking too fast, girl, you walking too. I was like, is this real life? What? And you were sounding off on that. Yeah. I'm surprised I didn't have I bet if you reposted it now, because that was kind of an old one. It probably did.
You're not on my that's a really old channel, girl. I have a newer channel than that. The one you're thinking of, that's really old.
Oh, that's well then, hey, maybe look at your stuff, because that's the only link it took me to. I was just like, because I like to match a face to a person. I just do, I'm nosy. And I was like, I want to see what she looks like. And yeah, that's how I got to you. I didn't see another channel though.
I bet you went to my Twitter and it connected you to my old YouTube or something.
Yes, it was the X account. That's what brought me there. That is what brought me there. I have a YouTube channel too, but I've neglected it for years. Huh?
My newer one is mostly just full of atheist debates and stuff though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I did see a snippet. No, I think it was a screenshot, because I saw your little picture of some debate that you had posted. Well, that's what made me want to look too, was when you were, when I say sounding off, I don't mean you were chewing someone out, but it was it was actually whatever that you were saying to some guy yesterday. You were like, yeah, I might just take this part out and put it on YouTube, my YouTube channel or something. That's what made me want to look, was when you said that. I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder if it's a whole, channel devoted to like this. Because on stereo apps, some people would do that. I did that for a little bit. Very little, like for 1 week, but.
All right,
but I was
Whitney's ring. I guess she's not coming back. I'm gonna get offline, I guess.
Okay, good chat.
Later.
Bye. So it's 2 hours. I don't even know if you're still in here. Yeah, I don't really like to host unless I'm really, honestly, it takes me being pissed off about something to like be compelled to host. And I'm not really, there are a lot of things I'm pissed off about, but like it's not taking a front seat in my brain right now, so yeah. I'm gonna look to see what else I can join. I'm still learning this app, so I don't know what'll happen. I'm gonna click on Andrew. All right, peace out. Or no, Doritos. Doritos, Andrew, and Michaela. Okay, they're all in the same thing. Beta males discuss sigma algebras. Oh, wow.
evidence, we have to ask ourselves, like, what exactly is it that we're doing? And I just don't think that on most interpretations that it shakes out in a way that favors the theist.
I mean, what I'm just saying is that if you were identifying this particular probabilistic inference, that in fact applies not just in this one verified argument, but across the board to almost every sort of epistemic context and almost every question we wrestle with on a current basis. Then yeah, the problem's still there. Maybe it's testing a bit. Maybe I think that once is significant.
Sure.
The objection.
So I'm not sure if that's entirely the case. So here's what I think, right? So in order to think that, you kind of have to think that evidence talk and probability talk go together in this meaningful way. And I'm skeptical of that. There are reasons for thinking that, for instance, the probability reasoning account of evidence is just not the right one to go with. Now, you can resist that, and you can go and with the ferocity that your life depends on it. But notice that this type of total collapse view is going to rely on a series of assumptions that I don't need to buy into, right? And one of them is the probability reasoning account of evidence is right. The second is sort of that when we're talking in non-scientific domains, the probability talk is useful. That we don't need domain-specific facts in order to probabilify a given region. There are a bunch of assumptions that I have to kind of buy into in order to get to the destination that you're driving towards. But it's unclear whether I should buy into any of that.
Well, I'm quite sleepy. You mentioned a few certain ancillary assumptions that you say you're free to reject. Perhaps you do not reject. I don't quite see how identifying confirmation of probability is necessary for some to as long as you can get the probability of theism denied, regardless of how you want to do with that vis-a-vis evidence.
Yeah, in this week's edition of Everyone, the issue, and again, I don't want to have to necessarily relitigate the probability reason stuff.
I think I heard your conversation somewhere.
Yeah, but the point, all that requires saying here, and there's a lot that I could say, is that there are very counterintuitive results. And besides, first just saying, well, it seems obvious to me that that's the case. There are very kind of counterintuitive results that you can derive from the probability reasoning account of evidence that might occasion you to distance yourself from that understanding of evidence. So, and they're very respectable people that hold that, so it's not just someone growing on you, right? So,
but anyway, I'm not challenging you, just saying things were fun.
No, it's not orthogonal to mine. It's immediately relevant to the point that you brought up, right? Which is that if you think that you question this type of probabilistic evidence talk in this domain, it's just going to collapse all the other shit. And what I'm saying is that in order to get that collapse inference, you have to have the probabilistic conception of evidence, which Miles has, who's here. But if I don't buy that theory of evidence, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be that just doesn't follow. Just because I block probability stuff in one domain doesn't mean I can't use it's just not evidence talk per se. So
what I use a probabilistic conception of belief in evidences, evidence. Now, it sounded like one of the other things you have changed. You're skeptical of that. Strictly speaking, that's right.
Well, okay, but if we're talking about, if we're talking about probabilistic conceptions of belief and everything, that's going to, and again, I don't want to talk too much, but that's going to then subject itself to Cox's theorem, in which case it's going to have to abide, mathematically speaking, by these kind of Kolmogorovian measures, or else it's going to result in inconsistency, and that's provable.
Okay, but
So I'll give you a question, right? So if you think that there's a 20% chance that it's raining outside, could you think that there's a 400% chance that it's not raining outside? Okay, so what that shows is that you can't, right, when you're doing these subjective probability measures, we'll have to abide by things like additivity and like the complement rule and like shit like that. Okay, but like notice those are the same constraints that apply to objective probability measures. So even if you go into the artsy-fartsy macaroni necklace world of subjective probabilities, Cox's theorem is going to show that you're going to have like mathematical restraints on this, otherwise you're going to go into La La Land. And so that's the problem. But can we get Miles in? Because Miles is here and he's like over here. Yeah, just real quick. Yeah, Miles, super stoked that you're here, buddy. Also, love to hear Mark's response. No, I know. I get. Okay, yeah, but yeah, definitely glad to hear Mark. Yeah, Miles, welcome, buddy. Yeah, we're definitely talking about your wheelhouse. Sure, so I'm glad you're here. What do you say, Mark? We're talking about Cyclos. You're just going to give a response, but yeah, super glad to see you. Glad to have you, Miles. Glad to be here. Yeah, go ahead. It's like, I'm 100% willing to interact with Miles. I've spent like the past 2 to 3 months responding in print, or like writing, responding to Miles. So,
all of these like formal structures by which model creates that thereby subjective probabilities, they're all idealizations and are obeyed by perfectly by their reasoning agents. To give an example, standard kernel probability is using some sort of like logical omniscience, whereas clearly not logical omniscience, in fact, mathematicians. The entire project of mathematics is to like figure out which tautologies are true. So, I mean, you can't, I think, to try and draw it as well. We shouldn't mix it as well modeled by probabilities, because then if we do, they have to be described by whatever the axioms of Cox's theorem is, and that implies that we need to have some sort of like European probability space in the background. I just think that like the first step of that, or several steps of that, is false. Like what we're talking about is like, we don't actually live up to these extremely verified formal assumptions. We're just talking about how a truly ideal reasoner would reason, even if we don't know all the details. Like it may be the case that a truly ideal reasoner would, in fact, only reason probabilistically in the presence of a full-fledged probability space. Sample space, sim algebra, probability measure, etc. We would reason that way, but that doesn't mean that we ourselves need to have access to those things. Just to give you an analogy, probably the best possible, chess algorithm, or one thing close to the best would be like look at every move 1 billion moves in advance. Like if I'm a truly ideal reasoner, chess player, I guess, who had totally unbounded combination ability, would do something like that. You and I, as like extremely computationally bounded agents, even though we know in advance that that's the theoretically best thing you can do in chess, we can't do that. We can only rely on much cruder and sort of more raw heuristics. But that's okay, because we have some hope that the heuristics that we know in chess, don't really sacrifice all your pieces, in some sense approximate what the force studying, look ahead already would do.
Okay, can I get in there? Okay. Yeah, so
Before you go, Andrew wants to go to the new room. If everybody could, I posted the link that's on here. You'll just click on that join fine-tuning discussion, and it'll take you to the new room. So if you just, Miles, where is it at? If you hit the top of this room here, okay. Yep, join fine-tuning discussion. Just click on that, Mark. We got a mouth. Deep out, Bob, Lily, the Troyer.
So you close it down. Appreciate it, dude. All right, everybody move.
Yeah, Detroit's gonna get back into this. Gonna get back into this big Detroit Miles is gonna be. We're gonna turn it into the stalking force. We're gonna have stalking force now. We're gonna fucking. Forson's gonna try to talk at some point. Because basically takes the milestone. Alright, I'm close now. Oh, you dead.
Alright, I can see the other room.
Alright. I can send you the link on Discord.
No, the link, it just brings it up in the browser.
What are you saying that's not working? That's... I doubt anything. It can't be that somebody already has responded.
I don't see like any other rooms inside. Just the same room. You just close it and then reset it.
Well, yeah, it's over here. Okay.
Oh, yeah, close this room.
speaking about that.
All right. Well, if Hussein wants, he can answer.
I just have one answer, but man, I love my religion, man. You know, I love being Muslim, and in that sense, I mean, being kind, man. You know, being all these lessons I learned